Good day, blokes and Sheilas. Today we have a special episode of Atticus Eats. Atticus Eats Down Under. Dzień dobry, my YouTube friends, and vitami to another episode of Atticus Eats. I am so excited to be bringing this episode to you all today. This is a very special one. Obviously, we are not in my vehicle. Today we are actually eating here at the home front. And that's because California has not gotten the memo yet that it's autumn and that it should be cooling down. For whatever reason, it still wants to perpetuate one last wave of triple-digit heat, and I don't want to die. So, we're here at home, and I'm racking up an absurdly expensive electric bill, trying to stay cool with my air conditioner. Now, on that note, I am so excited because today's episode has been sponsored by another dear friend of mine. Today's episode has been sponsored by my friend Emily, who hails south of the equator from New South Wales, Australia. And Emily was so kind. She knows how much of a foodie I am. She is also a part of the Twitch and Discord community that I have. And she knows how big of a foodie I am, and obviously is a fan of my Atticus Eats videos, like you all are. And so she was very generous, and she actually sent to me a whole amazing care package that was full of Australian exclusive snack foods and little meal foods and different things of that ilk. And she said maybe you could do a special episode of Atticus Eats Down Under. I thought it was an absolutely brilliant idea, and I'm so thrilled that I get to share this with you all now. Also, for the first time ever, I get to wear my amazing Australian kangaroo hide, possibly, adventure hat. I call this my adventure hat, and so I'm thankful I finally have a purpose to wear this hat. I bought it, and I've literally just been gazing at it since then, and now I have a purpose to wear it. I think it looks pretty good. What do you all think? Comment in the comment section below. But, my dear friends, we have a smorgasbord. I've selected a handful of specific Australian goods from this amazing care package that she sent me, and we're going to be trying it live with you all today, and I am so excited about that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into our items here. We've got 4 items here, and I'm going to be showing them to you as I try them. I know that you can all already see some of what we have going on here, but we're going to just go ahead and jump right on into, let's start with a salty, crunchy snack. Am I right? So, one of the funny things that, that Emily was sharing with me about you all down in Australia is that, for whatever reason, you all love to flavor everything like chicken. And so these chips, or crisps, as it were, are no different. The original Smith's, the original and the best Smith's chicken-flavored potato crisp made with 100% Australian potatoes. I think that is so cool. I love the pride that you all have down in Australia for your own grown things and goods, and I just think that is so cool. Apparently the health star rating is 2.5%, or 2.5 stars, whatever that means. It's also giving here measurements that I don't understand, so who cares about that. We're just gonna go ahead and eat these. Let's see how it opens. Ooh. It actually does smell like chicken. This smells like a baked chicken, like when my mom bakes a chicken or a lemon chicken. So really cool. They remind me here in America of our wavy Lay's. Not regular Lay's chips, but wavy Lay's chips. So awesome. Come here, camera, focus. Well, you guys get the idea. Look at that. You can see the, or ruffles. Ruffles with ridges. Am I right? Well, anyone, here we go. We're being cultured trying foreign food. Na zdrowie. Those are really good. I like these. Wow. It's literally the recipe for wavy Lay's potato chips, but they have chicken flavoring. I kid you not. This is incredible. What I like too is the chicken flavor is actually not overt. I don't feel like I'm eating fake poultry, like it's a chemical. It's very, very, very subtle. What makes a chicken flavor, I don't know. Possibly chicken broth that they put onto the potatoes. But these are gluten-free, no artificial colors. And yeah, these are really, really, really good, but they're very familiar to me. Again, genuinely and sincerely, this makes me think of Wavy Lays, which I think is really cool, actually. But that very subtle chicken flavor. It does. It tastes like chicken broth. Chicken broth and potatoes, like you made a soup. I dig it. I think that's actually kind of awesome. Alright, well, I'm going to save those, and I'll snack on the rest of them here in a little bit. What do I want to do? I think I'm going to palate cleanse with this. Okay. So, this next item, Emily did not actually share with me prior to, you know, telling me that she was going to be sending this care package. And so this is particularly interesting. Here in America, we have Nesquik, or Nestle's Quick is what it used to be. And it was literally the chocolate powder that you could put into milk and make chocolate milk, and it had the bunny character on it. And I absolutely loved that growing up. That was my chocolate milk growing up, was Nestle's Quick powder that I could put into my milk, stir it up, and then have a nice cold glass of chocolate milk. And that's always been a treat for me for the longest time. And it was so special because that's always been a special memory for me growing up. But then also when I got into drinking coffee, that's how I would home make mochas, is I would take a couple spoonfuls of Nestle Quick powder and then I would dump it into the coffee and stir it up. So instead of sugar, I would use that. And then I could put my creamer in there, and then that's how I would make a homemade mocha. And so that's kind of been with me my whole life. That's been a very, very, very special memory for me. And so it's so cool that the Nestle brand is down there in Australia, but they have it in this green can, and it's called Nestle Milo. And it's almost in a way like, camera, focus on that. There we go. Nestle Milo. And it's almost, again, their version of it, but when I look at the back here, it is so cool to see the nutrition here, because there's a whole bunch of different vitamins and minerals in this, as well as calcium, as well as iron, and then other things. Again, these are in measurements I don't understand. So, it says right here, make your perfect cup of Milo, times 3 heaped teaspoons of Milo powder, plus 200 milliliters of cold or hot, but not boiling, skim milk. Stir and enjoy. I don't know what milliliters means because I'm an American, but I'm going to go ahead and eyeball this, and I'll just make it to the consistency that I want. Let me pop this can open, and I'll bring you guys right back. Okay, so when I was sent this care package, inside was actually a letter from my friend Emily, and she was giving me a couple tips and a couple pointers on some of these very specific items. And I'm so thankful that she did. So this is very cool. This can is not like an American can where you can take a regular can opener like this electric one behind me. You latch it on and you turn it and then it opens. Or even the manual one. This is actually more like a paint can where it has this little top here. And what she said is she said use a spoon to pop it off. And so I did. I used a spoon. I popped off the lid of this can. But to keep it fresh, they have some aluminum foil, as you all would say down under. Aluminum foil. And I had to puncture that, and I peeled it off, and I was able to get it. But we have our can. That's what the powder looks like. Hopefully, it'll show you here. Let me pull my focus real quick. There. Look at that. It smells very good. It smells like very deep, rich, almost like baking chocolate, like the chocolate smell from a cake or a very rich chocolate frosting. That's what it smells like to me. So we're gonna go ahead. I definitely want to get some good flavor action in here. So we're going to go ahead and do at least 2 heaped spoonfuls. Look at that. Heaped, because it said to heap. I do know what that means, because I'm old school cool. And we'll go ahead and use that. Boom. Alright, so now we've got our powder at the bottom of our glass. And we're gonna go ahead and pour some lactose-free real milk, organic milk, easy to digest. This is the milk that I drink in my household, as does my mom. So we're gonna go ahead and have this here. Hopefully I don't make a giant mess of things. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wow. It's not dissolving all that much. What is this gonna do in my innards? See that? Granules. Unless that's actually real chocolate, unlike the stuff that we have here now. Maybe. Maybe. We're gonna gently stir this. As I'm stirring, and I'm letting this substantiate, it's starting to bubble. I don't know if that's normal. I'm slightly nervous and concerned. Yeah, hopefully I'm not gonna hurt myself with this. Look at that. See how it's like forming a crust at the top? And it's on the spoon. This is very strange and unusual. I feel like I'm making mud. Nah, to be right. I'm becoming an Aussie. No, but I wanted to share this funny story. So, I have a lot of random connections to Australia. And for those of you who have followed this channel for a long time, you all know that Casey Burke, who played Cindy on the show, she is an Aussie. And she didn't have an accent. She kind of is able to switch to an American accent for the most part. But her mom, who would always be on the set with her, had a very, very thick Australian accent, and it was awesome. I loved talking with her about dialects and everything. And so that was my way of being able to practice my own Australian accent, because as a voiceover artist and also just as a person who loves dialects and loves to speak in character voices, I love to perfect my accents and my dialects of everything. And there was a time where, I believe it was at the 100th episode party for the middle. They had a bunch, so not the 200th that I showed you guys in my behind the scenes videos, in the 100th episode. We had a party, and a bunch of publicity outlets were invited, and we had our little red carpet before we went into the party, and so we took photos and did interviews and stuff like that. And I know about a particular joke in Australia. And it's Australia and New Zealand, but given that it was Casey's mom who shared it with me, I knew it was from Australia. And there was actually a news gentleman who was from Australia, and he was interviewing me on this little red carpet out in front of where this party was, whatever this venue was. And he was from Australia, and so we started talking about the show a little bit. And then all of a sudden he's like, "Alright, Atticus, let's hear your best Aussie accent." And immediately I retorted back with, "Well, I don't have an accent, you do." And he started to freak out, and he was like, "Crikey, that was actually pretty good, mate." And I love that story. I always love that story. His reaction was priceless. Because again, he saw a kid. I don't think he knew how good of an accent I could have. And so that was really cool to be able to have that practiced and rehearsed and ready to go. And so that's always been a ton of fun. Yeah, there is definitely a layer that's at the top of this. I hope it'll show. Look at those chunks. Yeah. Yeah, it's like mud. I'm gonna just go ahead and we'll just take a little bit of that out. Maybe I was too heaping. Maybe that was an American heaping and not an Australian heaping. We'll leave that down there. Alrighty, everyone. If I start to choke, at least it'll be on camera. Na zdrowie. Okay, it's much better than what it looks like. And that's genuine. I'm not just saying that. Would I, of my own volition, seek out to buy another can of Milo again. But because it is free and it's an experience, and I now can say that I've lived, This is not Nestle Quick. This is not the taste of American Nesquik, which is interesting. It's its own, again, the best way to describe it would be if you were to get a can of Pillsbury or Duncan Hines pre-made chocolate cake frosting, but you put it in milk. That's what this tastes like. That's exactly what I can identify as the flavor profile of this. Yeah, definitely, there's definitely granules in here, you know. There's a little bit of chocolate sand action to blast the plaque off your teeth, you know. But it's actually still pretty good. This is the first glass of, like, chocolate milk that I've had in probably years. And so, this is still a very good treat. I enjoy it. I once met a man from Brussels. He was 6'4" and full of muscles. I said, "Do you speak my language?" And he just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. I had to. It's official. I am about to be a human being who is trying Vegemite for the first time. Vegemite B vitamins for vitality, proudly made in Australia since 1923. And I'm about ready to insult the entire continent. Hopefully not. I actually was also with this given a oh. It looks like molasses, but like it doesn't move. That's interesting. It smells like tar. Interesting. Okay. I was given a Vegemite cookbook in my care package, my box of glory. But I'm not going to be referencing that today. In the note, what was instructed to me by Miss Emily was put it thinly on toast. So, as a good Pollock, normally my toast is toast the bread and then put about a half-inch slab of butter on top of it. So I have to refrain from doing that here, and I need to do this in a very thin way. So I have here a slice of good old American Home Pride Buttertop wheat enriched bread. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this here in the toaster. Alright. Yoink. And I toast my bread on 4 on this QVC brand toaster. It's actually a KitchenAid, but my mom bought it from QVC. It's pretty good. It's my favorite. Yeah, this is just staring at me. It's giving me the eye. You know, the side eye. So that's a thing. But while we're letting the toast toast, let's go ahead. It wouldn't be an Atticus Eats video if I didn't answer a question from the comments section. We're going to be launching ourselves back here to YouTube right now. And this is a really cool question because it's clearly a fan who's been very observant of the show and yet knows that it's a TV show that we had to film to actually make happen. And I think this is such a cool question. So we're going to be answering a question that's been posed by Dynaz160 on YouTube. And they ask, what was it like filming the scene where they go through the car wash with the windows down? Such a fun scene to watch, but was it annoying to film? I'd love to hear the details. Thanks. Excellent question, Dynaz. I greatly appreciate it. So that was definitely a scene. You know, heavy emphasis, inflection, asterisks on both sides, underscore twice to film. But it was so cool. So ironically, when I would take the 134 freeway to get off of Pass Avenue in Burbank to go to work every day, there was an old school, cool, retro car wash that's on the corner, and I want to say it's on the corner of Alameda and Pass. I might be getting those streets wrong, but it's near there. And this car wash is in view of the main Warner Brothers studio lot, and again, it's a car wash that's been in business forever. Still has the same vibe and aesthetic like from the 50s, 60s. We'll let that cool down. We got to film there at that car wash for that scene. And it was such a fun time. And that was a scene that we ended up piecemealing. So it was a scene where we were doing the actual dialogue parts partially there at the car wash and then partially on a green screen. And then we got up to the point where the car wash starts to flood in with the soap. And that was very interesting too, because it actually was not the actual mechanics of the car wash that was assaulting us with the foam. It was actually a couple of foam blasters that were rigged up to look like they were a part of the car wash, but they were actually in control of the FX department, and they had just suds in them. So they really just launched suds at us. It wasn't a bunch of water and a whole bunch of other stuff. Actually, it was wardrobe and props who sprayed us down with like some spritz bottles, like a cat, and they made our hair look wet and got some of our clothes wet, and then it was just the foam coming in after. Would I volunteer to do something like that again? Absolutely not. But the way that they handled it and the way that we were able to make it out, it was really funny. And obviously, as you all know, that's one of the iconic moments of the show, especially for Frankie and Brick. And I thought that that was just such an interesting, fun, cool thing that we could do. And Patty and I, we were pretty good sports about it, and we had a lot of fun. So that was a great time. Great question. And yeah, that was super, super, super cool. So thank you very much for the question. That was amazing. Now, I'm scared. Let's conquer fear together. So this is actually how I like my toast. I like crunch. Charcoal's good for your heart, too. So, the bread at least smells good. Let's go ahead and get... I'm scared that this is gonna... I shouldn't use that one. Let me use a more worn down butter knife. I'm scared that this is gonna stain my butter knife. You know? Like, yeah. They even have Vegemite merch. Like, really? Cool, you can brand anything. Oh, it's, dude, it's so thick. It is so thick. This is thicker than peanut butter. Oh, I'm so afraid. It has a skin. You guys, it has a skin. What is that gonna do to my colon? That looks like the way it's gonna come out. Oh, I'm so afraid. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. And they give this stuff to, like, their infants. Oh, well, I got half on. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button on this video and share it, please. Because, like, let's make this worth. Let my discomfort be for something. Okay. Yep. No fakery here. I'm not even gonna shut off the camera. Yeah, look at that. Trust me when I say, in person, it looks much worse than what you're seeing. It's like, it reminds me of the color profile of like an infant who has diarrhea. You know, and it's all new. Okay, alright, here we go. No. 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 Where's the Milo? No. Can't do it. No. No. I like liver and onions. Okay? I eat peanut butter and jam with bologna and pickles on it. Sandwiches. All in one. That tastes good. I like anchovies. Imagine someone took horse entrails, ground them up in a blender, and added salt and molasses for color and consistency. And then they were like, here. That's Vegemite. Now we know. Now we know. I would not bode well in Australia. I'm so sorry. If you like Vegemite, I'm so sorry. But I do have an excuse. I'm an American. So, to round off this, we're just gonna let this aerate. I'm gonna set this aside. It's really salty too. Like, that's the other side of it. It's really, like, painfully salty. You know. The discomfort is real. Well, lastly, to cleanse the palate, and I'm really happy that I waited, Cadbury is apparently a very big brand in Australia, and good old Cadbury chocolate, and they have specific bars that are available for you all down under, and this one is a Cadbury Crunchy, and it says an explosion of golden honeycomb, golden hokey pokey honeycomb, thickly coated in Cadbury milk chocolate. So hopefully we can end on a high note. That would be really nice. Get off there. It melted a little bit in transit. So we're doing what we can. Alright, look at that. It's like I scavenged this in a zombie apocalypse, you know what I mean? It was the last pick, what is it, Crunchy, in the vending machine at the office after I slayed a bunch of zombies. So, let's try it. Interesting flavor. Cameron, look at that. I'm going to be washing out my mouth later with a lot of coffee and bleach and other things. The chips were my favorite. The chips have the win. Thank you, Smith's. You're an excellent knockoff of Lay's. Yeah. If you're not from Australia, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And please be sure to share this video on all your social media. If you are from Australia, hit the like button while laughing at me. And be sure to share this video to all of your friends and go, hey look, this is what happens when an American tries our food. He's from the northern hemisphere, you know? Yeah, get all the mates at the office. Give them a good laugh with my video. I hope that they do. Anyways, cool people, check the links in the description box below. Link to my Twitch live stream. I go live on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Also, check out the link to my Cameo page. I would love to be able to partake in all of your special celebrations and make them that much more special. Put a smile on yours or your loved one's face. Please book me now on Cameo. Y'all are awesome. Hope you enjoyed this very unique episode of Atticus Eats. And I can't wait to see you all in the next one. I need to brush my teeth so bad. Do Vidzenia.
I just want a great life. Something where I feel like I just didn't waste time. Something I look back and say that was a great time. Cause man, I just hate when the years pass by the